Hello everybody, welcome to game number 8 in the Washington Nationals replay. And this is the final game, at least for a while, with the New York Mets. After this game, they won't play the Mets again until next month, I think late May or mid-May. So we get a break from them, and I needed a break from them because 6 games, 6 out of 8 games against the Mets gets a little, at least for me, gets a little redundant. And you guys are probably tired of seeing the Mets too, unless you're diehard Met fans. All right, so let's get the lineups and whatnot out of the way. Pitchers for today's game, it is Zack Wheeler on the mound for the Mets against Max Scherzer for the Nationals. Wheeler on the replay. He's had one start. He is 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA, 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Looking to even his record at 1-1. He'll be facing this lineup for the Nationals. Adam Eaton is in right. Howie Kendrick's at second, getting his first start. Rendon's at third. Soto's in left. Zimmerman's at first. Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. Defoe at short. Scherzer bats eighth. And Robles, the center fielder, will bat ninth. And we'll get to the Met lineup in the bottom half of the inning. Some of the videos are going a little bit longer, so I'm going to try to cut out a lot of the peripherals and just go straight to the game. Once I make sure everything is where I would like it to be as far as being able to see. So I think we can get all 9 innings. Yep, we can get all 9 innings this way. Okay, weather-wise, good weather again. But again, Citi Field doesn't, even with good weather, it's not going to produce a lot of offense. 2s for singles, home runs, lefties are 6, 1-6, righties are 1-9. So now let's look at the defense for the Mets while we're waiting. McNeil's in left, Broxton's in center, Conforto's in right, Davis is at third, Rosario's at short, Cano's at second, Alonso at first, and Wilson Ramos catching the offerings of Zack Wheeler. All right, so we are now ready to go as Adam Eaton has stepped in, and he'll be facing Zack Wheeler. Sure everything fits. I think it does. All right, so Wheeler, ready to get this going with Adam Eaton. And let's see what we got here on the replay. I've got the computer in front of me, so I will be able to give you the replay stats as they come up. Adam Eaton is hitting .214, a homer, and 6 runs driven in on the young season after 7 games. It's a 5.8 lefty batter, 5.8, and Eaton's going to improve on that average. 1-2 is a double. Anything else will be a straight-out single. And that is a leadoff single for Adam Eaton. So Eaton, of course, improves his average. And let's see. Wheeler is a -2 hold rating, so you got to be careful if you want to try to steal. Now, if he did get the jump, he'd have a 17, and then -2 would be 15. 1-15 if he wanted to try it. So he's going to see if he can get the jump. A 6, he'll get the jump. 4, he does not get the jump. So ends that thought. But he will stay put. But he will be held, of course. And here's Howie Kendrick getting his first start of the young season. Nothing there for Howie. And on the season, I think Howie had 1 pinch. I think he's hitting 0-0. Go check it. Yeah, Howie Kendrick is 0-for-1 as a pinch hitter, so not much to go on there. It is a 6-9 off of Wheeler, and that's a fly to right field. Conforto puts it away. 1 away, and that will bring up Anthony Rendon. And Rendon on the young season checks in. Well, let's see how he's checking in. Apparently this thing's not going to work unless I do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it in there. Put it in as we go, and that way it'll give me the... Okay, so Rendon, 346, a homer, and 5 runs driven in. Kind of have to actually get to the part in the batting order before it'll give me those results. So got the computer over here to the side, entering these stats, at least for the first round, through the lineup. won't hold the game up too much after that. So here we go. Rendon, Eaton still being held. 5-7, and that's a fly to center. So 2 down as Rendon lifts one out to Keon Broxton for out number 2. That'll bring up Juan Soto, the left fielder. And on the young season, Soto 308, no homers and 3 runs driven in. Nothing on the 20. Here is Soto. 3-5, and that's going to be a single. There's a Omega there for a clutch, but the runner's not in scoring position, so the single's going to stand. It goes to left field, so Eaton will stop at second base. And runners are at first and second with 2 down for Ryan Zimmerman. And Zimmerman checks in, struggling. 192, no homers and 1 run driven in. Nothing on the D20. Here's Zimmerman. 5-3. It's a ground ball first base X. Nobody's being held, so Alonso keeps his rating of 4E13. So a 4. And he will need anything above a 6. He needs a 6 or higher to make the play. That's a 7. I believe that'll be good enough, and it will. It's a G3, but that's enough. Now the error, he's got to avoid 11, 13, and 17. And that's an 11. He couldn't avoid it. That is a 1-base error for Alonso. Boy, you think he could have avoided those numbers, but he did not. And now the bases are loaded for Kurt Suzuki. Now, Gomes has been doing most of the catching, so Suzuki only has limited duties. He's only had 8 at-bats, but he's gotten 3 hits in those 8 at-bats, so he's hitting .375. No homers, no runs driven in, but he's got a chance to drive home some runs now, for sure. The bases are full with 2 down for that should not be Yan Gomes. It should be Kurt Suzuki. I don't know what Yan Gomes was doing in there. I forgot to move him from last game, I guess, but Yan Gomes is on the bench. So here's Suzuki. 6-9, and it's a fly to right. That's going to end the inning. Conforto puts it away. So for the Nationals, no runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. And they leave them loaded. That may come back to bite them later in the game. You never can tell. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Washington 0. And the Mets coming to bat, and the Mets will line up in this fashion. McNeil leads off in left field. Alonso's at first. Cano's at second. Conforto's in right. Ramos catching. J.D. Davis is at third. Rosario's at short, Broxton in center, and Wheeler is on the mound. Defensively for the Nationals, Soto in left, Robles in center, Eaton in right, Rendon at third, Defoe at short, Kendrick at second, Zimmerman at first, and Kurt Suzuki catching the offerings of, and I forgot to do the changes here. One moment. I think I wrote in Wheeler by mistake instead of Scherzer. So let me go pull up Scherzer to make sure I've got his correct numbers. I think I do, but we'll double check it just to be on the safe side. Yeah, I got the right numbers. I had the wrong name in there. So let me rewrite. Let me wipe that out and put Scherzer in there. Okay, so now it's been corrected. So Scherzer on the season in 2 starts is 1-1 with a 1.20 ERA. 15 innings pitched, 11 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks and 20 strikeouts. So Scherzer trying to end this Mets series on a high note for the Nationals. We shall see. Right now it is... I need to get the other cards out here, don't I? I'm messing around with the scorebook too much and forgot to move the actual cards. So let's give Max Scherzer a chance to get those warm-up tosses in. And he will be facing left fielder Jeff McNeil. So McNeil will be leading off, followed by Alonso and Cano. And on the young season, McNeil hitting .364, 1 homer with 1 run driven in. That's a 6-7 off of Scherzer, and that is a strikeout. So Scherzer starts out with a K, 1 down, and that will send up Pete Alonso. And I've gotten pretty good with this computer thing. I may just put this in the computer as I'm playing it. I'll see if it slows me down. I won't do it, but hopefully it won't do that. Here's Pete Alonso, 231, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. 6-6, and that's a 1-8 single. 9-20. He's going to line it to Defoe. And he lines it to short. Defoe snags it, 2 down. Pete Alonso hit it hard, but right at Mr. Defoe. And that's going to bring up Robinson Cano. And Cano, 343, 1 homer, 10 RBIs, and 35 at-bats. forgot to roll move the D20, didn't really need it. 312. 312 is a ground ball to second, and Howie Kendrick puts it away to end the inning. So an easy inning for basically for both, well, not for Wheeler because of the errors and a couple of hits, but for Scherzer, it was a 1-2-3 frame, nothing going on. We go to the second, no score. And that will send up Wilmer Difo for the Nationals. It'll be Difo followed by Scherzer and Robles. To start the bottom of the second, Difo hasn't had a whole lot of at-bats. He came in a couple of games ago when Turner went on the injured list. So now we are looking at Difo. Only in 14 at-bats. He's hitting .214, no homers or runs driven in. Try to get something started. 2-7. He's going to ground to second base, and Cano will gobble it up. Throw over to Alonso, and there's one away. Difo is retired. That'll bring up Mad Max. And as a hitter, Mad Max, the computer does not give me his numbers. I don't know what they are, so really doesn't matter. He had, in the real season, he had 182 with 2 RBI, no homer. 6-5, we're off Wheeler's card anyway. It's ground ball shortstop X, and that is Rosario. Rosario checks in as a 3 E19. So as a 3 rated shortstop, he's going to have a 5 or greater to get to this. And he does not. It's a 4. It's going to get through for a base hit. So Scherzer's going to get a base hit off the pitcher card, or off the fielding card, if you want to call it that. We'll make sure there's no error. Rosario needs to not get 4, 14, or 17. And that's a 12, so he's okay on that. But it is going to be a base hit for Scherzer. So Scherzer's aboard with the base hit. That is hit number 3 for the Nationals. Of course, Scherzer will... Actually, you know what? Scherzer had 2 stolen bases on the season, so they're going to have to hold him, or else he's going to take off for a free base. So they're going to have to hold him on. One of those rare... He's just a great athlete. Here's Robles. 4-5, and that's a strikeout, so it doesn't matter so far. It's 2 down. And we go back to the top of the order for Adam Eaton. So Eaton singled his first trip. Nothing on the 20. Here's Eaton. 4-7. He's going to draw a walk, and that's going to put 2 on with 2 outs. As Scherzer saunters to second base. Runners at first and second. 2 down. Big spot here for Howie Kendrick. 1. It's a chance for a wild pitch. He's got a 5. And it will be a wild pitch. So Wheeler uncorks one. And that puts runners in the scoring position. A base hit will most likely score 2. No wild pitch this time. Kendrick. 1-4. That's a home run. Doesn't matter where they are on the bases. Look at that. 1-4 is a solid home run for Kendrick. It is a 3-run homer for Howie Kendrick. And the Nationals, again, using that Earl Weaver 3-run homer, have taken the lead 3-0 here in the second inning. So maybe the wild pitch kind of unnerved Wheeler, I don't know, but Kendrick took advantage of it. So now we go back to Anthony Rendon with 2 outs and the bases clear. That's a 5-9, and that's a possible another home run. 1-5 is a home run. 6-20, it's a double. That is a double for Anthony Rendon. So he continues his hot hitting on the season. Brings up Juan Soto. Rendon will not be held. 112, and that's a ballpark single check, but again, only a 1-2. And that's 12, so it's going to be a liner, second base. In the inning, but 3 runs come in on 3 base hits, no errors, and 1 left. So at the end of 1.5, it is the Nationals 3 and the Mets nothing. So now they got the work cut out for them against Mad Max when they're down 3-0. And leading off will be Michael Conforto for the Mets. He'll be followed by Ramos and Davis. On the young season, struggling is Conforto. He's really struggling. Hitting .094. He does have 2 homers and 5 runs driven in, but average-wise, he is .094. Really, really struggling. 111. Well, it's a home run chance, but it's a ballpark home run chance, so it's only going to be, I didn't write it on this side for some reason, I don't know why, 1 to 6. So he needs a 1 to 6 to get a home run, or else it's just going to be a deep fly out to left field. It's a 4, it's gone. So how about that? Third home run of the season for Conforto. He might struggle on his average, but he got the long ball down. It's now 3 to 1. So Conforto trying to give the Mets a shot in the arm. Here's Wilson Ramos. Ramos an even 200 on the season. No homers and 2 runs driven in. 3-5, and that's a walk. 3-5 is a chance for extra bases. 1 to 4 is a double. And 5 to 20 is a single. That is a base hit for Wilson Ramos. So he gets a single. Now, Scherzer's got to try to bear down. Ramos will not be held. He's a terrible base runner. Brings up J.D. Davis, and on the season, he's hit an incredible 476 in 21 at-bats. 1 homer, 6 runs driven in. So he's in there for his offense, not his defense. He's a terrible defender. He's got a 5 rating on both left field and third base. He's pretty much a DH playing in the National League. 6-7, struck him out, so Mad Max needed that one. He needed that strikeout for sure. Brings up Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop, and he's struggling. 192 with no homers or runs driven in. Nothing on the 20. Ramos again not being held. 4-5, that's another strikeout. So Max gets the strikeout, 2 down. And that's going to bring up Keon Broxton and his computerized card. So let's see what Broxton brings to the table. Broxton checks in at 091. He is 1 for 11 on the season. No homers and a run batted in. He's in there for his defense. Nothing on the 20. 3-8, and that is a strikeout. 3-8. So Mad Max comes back after the home run and single and strikes out the next 3. But the Mets do get that run on the Conforto homer at the end of 2. It's Nationals 3 and the Mets 1. Mets now trying to close that gap, and Wheeler's got to try to hold the farm. He's got to put the anchor down and not let the Nationals increase that lead. For the Nationals, it'll be Ryan Zimmerman to lead things off. Zimmerman reached on an error by Alonso his first time up. That's a 3-9, and he's going to strike out. So Zimmerman with the K, 1 down. Brings up Suzuki, 5-9, and on Wheeler's card, that's a chance for a home run. 1 to 5, 6 to 20 is a double. That's a 9. It's a double for Suzuki. So Suzuki trying to get something going with 1 out. Suzuki does not run well. He will not be held at second. Here's Defoe. Nothing on the 20. 6-5, switch hitter, batting left. 6-5 is a ground ball shortstop X. And since the runner's not being held, Rosario will keep his 3 E19. And again, to make the play, he's got to have at least a 6. It's a 3, it's going to get through, so he's having tough luck there. That is an SI1, single 1 star though, so if he doesn't make an error, the run will not score. He's got to avoid 4, 14, and 17, which he does. So it's a base hit for Defoe, but Suzuki will stop at third base. And now Scherzer is up with runners on the corners and only 1 out. So you wonder if they're going to maybe try to bunt the runner to second and hold Suzuki at third. That's a possibility. Scherzer on the season, I mean, he's not a horrible hitter as a pitcher, but he's still a pitcher. And he did get a break on getting off the pitcher card last time. He's a pretty decent bunter. How do they want to play? You know what? They're going to have him swing away. They're going to have him swing away. Defoe will be held at first. He's going to have to be. He runs well. 6-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. So by holding the runner, that's going to deduct 1 from Cano. Instead of a 4, he now has a 5 range because he was holding the runner. So as a 5, he has to get a 9 or greater to make this play. Actually, more than that. He's got to get a 13 or greater to make this play. 12, he does not. That's a G3, but it's got that pound sign by it saying that if he's responsible for holding the runner, it's a single 2 stars. So we check to make sure there's no error. 4, 16, 17, and 18. And that is a 14, which is not an error. But Scherzer gets a single 2 stars because they were holding Defoe. That snuck through. Otherwise, it would have just been runner's advance, and Scherzer would have been out. Scherzer gets the RBI ground out. Single 2 stars. And now it is 4-1 Nationals. Wheeler trying to shake this off. Runners at the corner. Scherzer will be held. Here's Robles. Nothing on the 20. Infield looking to turn 2 if they can. 2-11. 2-11 is a walk. That's going to load the bases. So now Wheeler really in trouble as he has walked Robles to load the bases for Adam Eaton. And the bullpen for the Mets could be up in a hurry. They do have left-hander Luis Avalon and right-hander Tim Peterson loosening. Wheeler, nothing on the 20. The infield is now in. They're going to try to get the force play at the plate. 6-11. 6-11 is a fly ball right field X. That is Conforto. He's a 3, so in order to make the play, he is going to need a 7 or greater. But in order to avoid the sacrifice fly, he's going to need a 17 or greater. So probably can't avoid the sacrifice fly, but if he can get at least a 7, he can make the play. It's a 1. He's not going to get that. It's a double, 3 stars. That's going to clear the bases. And we'll check for an error. His only error chance is a 3, 18, or 15. And that is a 13, so no error there. But it is a triple. Did I say triple? No, it's a double. I'm sorry, it's a double. But I was thinking triple because of the 3 stars. So it is a base clearing double for Adam Eaton. And Wheeler is going to have to come out of this ball game. He is now at his fatigue level. He's just having a rough time. Let's see where he is in the batting order. He's actually set to lead off. So I'd really like to get him through this. But there's only 1 out, so he's going to have to risk his fatigue numbers if he wants to keep going. And I guess they're going to do that for now. Howie Kendrick is up. Howie Kendrick is up, so they'll take the chance right here. Whoops, I messed something up on the computer. One moment. Try to put the double in. And for some reason, I had Eaton scoring. I have no idea why I had Eaton scoring on a double from the plate. That didn't make any sense. Okay, now we got it straight. All right, so it is now 7-1 Nationals. And the Mets, not any of this 3-game series on a high note whatsoever after their win yesterday. Kendrick, 4-5. That is a strikeout. So it does not a dot, so he holds up as a good strikeout. They want to get him through 1 more inning so they can pinch, or 1 more batter so they can pinch hit for him. Eaton not being held on second base. Here's Rendon. 2-8 for Rendon is another walk. That'll bring up Zimmerman, who is now the 9th man to bat in the inning. And if they can't get Zimmerman, they will have to go to Avalon to face Soto. So this is going to be the last batter for Wheeler, one way or the other. That's a 1, chance for a wild pitch. And it's another 1, so he's wild pitch to run in. I'm sorry, no, wild pitch to runner's up, not in. So, let's see here. You know what? My bad. That Soto is batting, so I should have brought in Avalon. So let me do that. That wild pitch should not have happened because I should have Avalon in there. I forgot Soto is up now. So Soto is up. Soto is up. And that means we're going to get a pitching change. I don't think we're going to have a double switch because Avalon is more of you know, 1 or 2 batter guy. So Avalon's just in there to get this last out, at least attempt to. So Avalon is on, and Tim Peterson will be the guy who pitches long relief in the next inning. Right now is Avalon coming on to face Soto, with runners at second and third and 2 down. They're trying to desperately get this last out to get out of this mess. Well, they're already in a mess. It's kind of hard to get out of it, but they're in a mess. Nothing on the 20. Here is Soto. 6-9, and it struck him out. So Avalon came in and did the job. That's what they wanted him to do. He came in and faced his 1 batter and struck him out. And he will now be pinch hit for. But for the Nationals, 4 runs come in. They were all earned on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors and 2 left. So Wheeler is only going to go 2 2/3. And he's going to most likely end up dropping to 0-2. And let's see how many hits he gave up. He gave up 9 hits. 7 runs, all were earned. Not going to do anything wonders for his ERA, that's for sure. 1 walk, 3 walks. And strikeouts, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the gory details for Zach Wheeler in this start. 2 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and most likely taking the loss in this game. All right, so Avalon did his job. He can now take the rest of the game off. Nationals, Scherzer back out with a 7-0 lead, so you know he's feeling good right about now. And we need a pinch hitter for the Mets, and it's going to be Brandon Nimmo, who had the day off. So they're going to let Brandon Nimmo swing the bat. Brandon Nimmo will be on. Brandon Nimmo is on. So let's get everything caught up here with the substitutions. Pinch hitter is Nimmo. Let's put him on the computer so I've got him straight. Nimmo. All right, so Brandon Nimmo, pinch hitting. That is a 6-9, and he's going to strike out. So Scherzer strikes out Nimmo. So Nimmo didn't think he'd be pinch hitting the 3rd inning, but he did, and he's out on strikes. So Scherzer not holding up despite the 7-0 lead. He's still coming in there firing bullets. Very effectively, as a matter of fact. And here's Jeff McNeil, struck out his first chance. Scherzer now has 5 strikeouts. 5-3 is a ground ball pitcher X. Scherzer's a 4.38. 4 13 should be okay. Let's double check it. A 4 13. 4 13 is a good play. It's a G3, but nobody's on base, so that's good enough. And he's got to avoid on an E8. He has to avoid 6, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And that's an 11, so that's a good play. So Scherzer up to the task on a tough grounder. 2 down. And that's going to bring up Pete Alonso. 6-4, and that's another strikeout for Scherzer. 6 on the day so far. Nothing doing for the Mets at all. They get nothing. And at the end of 3, it is Nationals 7 and the Mets nothing. So we will get a new pitcher in the game, Tim Peterson, and he's got one of those computerized cards. So let's see what Peterson, let's put him in there. So Peterson on the young season has only pitched 1 inning, and he gave up a hit, 3 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. He's got an ERA of 27 going right now. So obviously not the guy that want to have in there, but when you're down 7-0, that's when you pitch a guy like Peterson. You don't use up the other guys out of your pen. So Peterson will be facing, let's see who he's going to be facing here. He's going to be facing Zimmerman to start off. It'll be Zimmerman, Suzuki, and Defoe against Tim Peterson. So I need to bring in the Tim Peterson card, his little computerized card. Come around here, go get that. Tim Peterson. He's at the bottom of my list because he's not very good. All right. So in real life, he only pitched 7 innings during the season with a 4.91 ERA. So let's see what he can do here against Zimmerman. Lots of walks on his cards. 4-4. Didn't find a walk. It's a fly ball center field X. That is Mr. Keon Broxton, who is a 2E8. 2 and a 5. I think that's good play. Let's double check it. 2 and a 5 is an F2. That's good enough. And he's got to avoid a 3, 4, 15, 16, and 18. And a 9 does just that. So good play for Keon Broxton. Zimmerman is retired on that fly out to center field. 1 down for Kurt Suzuki. Fly to right and doubled. 1-2, and that's a ballpark home run chance. 1-9 would do it. It's a 9. It's gone. Now, I thought about doing robbing the home runs and all that stuff, but I didn't do that from the get-go, so I'm just going to let it go. So it is no chance to rob the home run. I'm not even sure. I think you can rob the home run in City Field, but I'm not 100% sure now that I think about it. If I wanted to rob the home run, let's see if I wanted to do that. I don't think I've had a chance to rob a home run yet, so maybe I ought to start doing robbing the home runs. All right, so we look at the left fielder. That is McNeil. He's a 3. So to rob a home run, let's see here. Well, we got to first of all figure out if it's going to be McNeil we're talking about. So let's see here. The home run. And the outfielder is determined by whether it's the last number of the home run range or the first number of the flyout range. This is the last number in the home run range. So that means with the right-hander, it's the left fielder who's going to be checked. He's a 3. So 1 to 11 is a home run. 12 to 20, he will rob it. So let's see. I believe at Citi Field, I think you can rob the home runs, at least down the lines. I know you can, or I'm fairly sure you can. All right, so in this case, a 1 to 11, it's gone. 12 to 20, and McNeil will pull it back. It's gone. So McNeil tried, but couldn't do it. Suzuki. So I think I will go ahead and do the rob home runs. I've just got to write down in advance which stadiums and which outfield walls are available for that. But for now, it didn't matter. It was gone. D20 didn't care. So it is now 8-0 Nationals as Peterson gives up the long ball, although it was off the batter card, not his. Here's Defoe. 4-10, and that's a switch hitter batting left. So a 4-10 is a ground ball to second. I know it's hard to see on that computerized card. It is a ground ball to Cano for an easy play. 2 down. And that'll bring up Scherzer, who was 2 for 2, both off the pitcher card. Again, he's off the pitcher card. 5-7, he's going to walk. So Scherzer reaching base via the pitcher card versus his own hitting card. Scherzer, with the score being what it is, it will not be held. He's not going to try anything. Here's Robles. 3-5, and he struck him out to end the inning. Peterson, with his relief, he's got a 2, so he's gonna at least go 1 more inning. In this inning, though, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. And we go to the bottom of the 4th with it 8-1 in favor of the Nationals. And the Mets and their fans not very happy about it. So Scherzer back out will be facing Cano, Conforto, and Ramos in that order, followed by J.D. Davis. 8-0 Nationals. Sorry it's a blowout, but these things happen. 1-8. 1-8's a ground ball to short. 1 down. Nationals looking to take 2 of 3 and get back into first place. Here's Conforto, 1-10, and that's a possible home run, 1-6. 7-20, it will be a double. It's a double for Conforto. So Conforto gets the 1-out double. And that'll bring up Ramos. Conforto will not be held. Ramos, nothing on the 20. 1-4 for Ramos. That's a ballpark single check. Again, it's only a 1 or a 2. And that's an 18, so that's a liner to short. Defoe grabs it, 2 down. And now it is up to Mr. J.D. Davis. Nothing on the 20. 6-12, fly ball left field X. Soto is a 2E2. 2E2 for Soto. So we'll most likely make this play. 2 and a 7 is good. E2 and a 7 is good. So no problems at all there for Soto. He will make the play. Innings over. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 5th. It is still 8-1 Nationals here at Citi Field as the blowout is in full force. Peterson back out. Going to go a second inning, or at least attempt to. As long as he's effective, he'll do it. Although with this 8-0 score, it may not matter. He may just have to take one for the team here. Maybe the sacrificial lamb, so to speak. Top of the order, it'll be Adam Eaton to lead things off. Eaton has singled, walked, and doubled. Great day for Eaton. 6-7, and on Peterson against a lefty. 6-7 is a ground ball, second base X. That's Cano. He's a 4E10. So with a 4 and a 10, that's going to be good enough to reach it. 4 and a 10. It won't be by much, but 4 and a 10 is a G3. So he's got to avoid 4, 16, 17, and 18. And that is a 16, so he couldn't avoid it. That's an error on Cano. So he got there range-wise, but then commits the error. And Eaton's aboard on the E4. Second error of the game for the Mets. And it brings up Howie Kendrick. Again, Eaton not going anywhere. 5-5. And that's going to be a walk off of Peterson's card. That'll put 2 on with nobody out for Anthony Rendon. Again, nobody being held. Rendon 3-5, and that's a chance for a home run. 1-4 would be a home run. 5-20 is a double. That's a 4, so we're going to check and see if we can rob the home run again. Might as well get practice at it, right? So, again, it's the last number in the successful home run chase, which means it's the left fielder McNeil. He, again, is a 3. So, 1-11, he'll rob it. 1-11, it's gone. 12-20, he will rob the home run. And he does. He robs the home run. How about that? A big, big play there for McNeil. If at first you don't succeed, you keep trying, and he just did it. So, Rendon kicking himself there. Thought he had a home run, but not to be. And that'll bring up Juan Soto. And Peterson certainly appreciates it. Saves him 3 runs. Nothing on the 20. 5-6. And Peterson's a versus the lefty. 5-6 is a fly ball right field. Conforto is there. 2 down. And that brings up Zimmerman. All right, so Zimmerman steps in. Runners at first and second, still 2 down. 2, and that's a 5. 2-5 is a walk. So Zimmerman walks to load the bases for Kurt Suzuki, who just homered his last time up when McNeil tried to rob it unsuccessfully. So Suzuki looking to potentially do more damage. 6-11. That is a fly ball right field X. That is Conforto. He's a 3E3, so he needs a good roll in the 20. And he didn't get it. It's a 1. Boy, the D20 rolls have been awful for the Mets. So as a 3 and a 1, that's a double to clear the bases. And Suzuki again. He's 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a home run. All 3 runs were scored. All are unearned because of the error on Cano, but That's not going to help the score any. It is now 11-1 Nationals here in the 5th. And this is one of these ones you wish you could start over again, because obviously the blowout is not, never fun to really play a blowout, I don't think. And some people could, I guess, if you're really into that. But a double. And now Peterson is tired, but again, he's going to take one for the team. If he hits a dot, he hits a dot. Here's Defoe. Nothing going on there. Suzuki not being held. Defoe 3-6, and that's a single. There are 2 outs, so the clutch will take the hit away. Hard to believe it's clutch when it's 11-1, but that's the rule. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs, the clutch takes the hit away. So it becomes a pop out to second instead of a 2-run single potentially. Peterson will take it, and his 2 innings of eventful pitching have come to an end as the Nationals pick up 3 runs. None of them were earned on just the 1 hit. There were 2 walks and an error, and the error and the 2 walks all scored, not surprisingly. So 3 more runs. It's now 11-1 Nationals as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Peterson's day is obviously done, as he is set to bat 3rd this inning. And, of course, he will not be batting 3rd this inning. We will get a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter is going to be Dominic Smith. So we'll line him up to bat here in the 5th. Dominic Smith. So it's going to be Rosario, Broxton, and Dominic Smith due up for the Mets against Scherzer, who's just on, obviously on cruise control here. As Nationals now just look forward to going on to Philly and being done with the Mets. All right, here's Rosario. 4-6. That's another strikeout for Max. 1 down. So Rosario strikes out. Brings up Broxton. 2-4 for Broxton. He strikes out. So yet another strikeout. And now the pinch hitter Dominic Smith steps in. 4-10. Ground ball shortstop X. That's Defoe. He's a 4. 4 and a 6 is going to get through for a base hit. So a pinch hit single. Pinch hit single. We'll make sure there's no error. E5, which means he has to avoid a 3-17 and 18, which he does. But it is a base hit for Dominic Smith. Pinch hit single. So Dominic Smith reaches with 2 down. As I knock my stuff over. All right. That'll bring up McNeil. Dominic Smith obviously not going to be held in an 11-1 game. McNeil 4-8. Another strikeout for Mad Max. To end the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the 6th. It is still 11-1 in favor of the Nationals. And now we need a new pitcher for the Mets, as Peterson was done after being pinch hit for. So let's look at their bullpen now. Mad Max is going to be actually the leadoff hitter, followed by Robles and Eaton. So it looks like it'll be a left hit. Looks like it'll be Robert Gesellman that will get the call. Robert Gesellman will be coming in, looking to see if he can go 2 innings, possibly. And we'll figure out the numbers on Peterson. So Peterson went 2 innings, gave up only 2 hits. That's the good news. The bad news is he gave up 4 runs, but only 1 of them was earned. He did issue quite a bit of walks. He issued 3 walks in those 2 innings and struck out 1. So rough outing there, to say the least. Scherzer now leads off against Gesellman, or Gesellman. I think it's pronounced Gesellman. 2-6. We're finally off Scherzer's batting card, and it shows. He strikes out. 1 down, and that's going to flip the order over to Adam Eaton. I'm sorry, to Robles and then Adam Eaton. So used to the pitcher batting 9th, and now with this Dave Martinez thing, they're batting 8th. 1-9 is a strikeout for Robles. So how about that? Mr. Gesellman coming in firing bullets with 2 straight strikeouts. And I'm behind on my catching up here. So I need to, you know what, I think I'm going to eschew doing the, well, you know what, let me catch up real quick. I just want to make sure I've got my totals going here. I forgot to finish off the previous inning, so bear with me while I do that. Okay, now we got the new pitcher, Robert Gesellman, who strikes out the first two he faces. So Gesellman all right, now we're caught up. All right, now it's Eaton. And Eaton has been trouble on the bases. 2-8. Not this time he's going to strike out. So how about that? Gesellman strikes out the side. And, of course, with that, Mickey Callaway is wondering where was this pitching all during the rest of the game? Why is it just Gesellman that can pitch? Good question. Very good question. But probably won't be an answer to that question. So Pete Alonso will lead off for the Mets here in the bottom half of the sixth. It'll be Alonso, Cano, and Conforto against Mad Max. And this will be his fatigue inning. Inning number 6 is the fatigue inning for Max Scherzer. So we'll see if anything comes of it. Right now it is Alonso to lead things off. 1-9 for Alonso, and all these hits in column. I'm sorry, I got Howie Kendrick on there. What am I doing? Had the Nationals up there, not the Mets. All right, so it's Alonso on a 1-9, and he's going to strike out again. So how about another strikeout for Mad Max? Just ripping through the Mets batting order. Here's Cano. That's a 5-7. That's a double. So Cano says take that. A 1-out double for Cano. He's at second base with 1 out. He will obviously not be held. Here's Conforto, nothing on the 20. That's a 1-9, and that's going to be a ballpark home run chance. 1-6 will do it. But it's a 9. It's just a deep fly out. 2 down. So Conforto is out of there. As Eaton puts it away, and here's Wilson Ramos. 1 chance for a wild pitch, but he has no wild pitch rating. Ramos, 4-7. That's another strikeout. So, boy, Mad Max, large and in charge, does give up the double, but nothing else. And we go to the 7th with the score still 11-1 Nationals. And Gesellman is going to continue pitching. And this time, Howie Kendrick can come up to the plate for his at-bat, as it's now his turn. So Kendrick, he is homered, walk, homered, walk, struck out, and fly to right. So total of 1 for 3. 3-5 is a single, so make it 2 for 4. As Howie Kendrick gets the leadoff single, and he will not be held. For Anthony Rendon, who had a home run robbed last time out by McNeil. 5-6, and that's a ground ball to short. That's a double play. 6-4-3 tailor-made by Gesellman, and that's 2 quick outs. As it goes 6-4-3 tailor-made, and now that brings up Soto with 2 down. The base is clear. 6-6, and that's a ground ball to second. Cano will field it, no problems. And Gesellman goes 2 innings of shutout relief. And let's see here. We've got 1 hit, no runs, nobody left. 7th inning stretch. Don't know if we need a stretch. We probably do. It's 11-1. And the pitcher is set to bat 4th. So, but I don't think they want to go with more with Gesellman than they have to. So I think they're going to move on regardless of that. Scherzer back out because he only gave up 1 knock against his point of weakness. And he'll be facing J.D. Davis, Rosario, and probably a pinch hitter for Broxton. 1-3 for J.D. Davis. He gets hit by the pitch. So Mad Max let one get away from him there. And let me finish up what I had on my last one. It was a 4-3 round. Okay. Make sure I get caught up. Sometimes I'm trying to do double duty here with the computer and the cards and dice. You can get a little bit behind. Okay, so J.D. Davis is on. Rosario, the batter. J.D. Davis, of course, will not be held. Nothing on the 20. Rosario, 6-5, and he does have normal power, so that's a 1-2 for a home run. 3-20 would be a double. That is a double. Let's see if the run can score. There is nobody out. He was not being held, makes him a 12. The double is assumed to go to center. Robles is a -4 arm, so 1-8. When you're down by this much, you're not going to send the runner. It just doesn't make any sense. So second and third, nobody out, and I believe we'll get a pinch hitter for Broxton. It's going to be Juan Lagares. So Lagares will pinch hit, and then Guillorme will pinch hit for the pitcher. So it'll be Lagares followed by Guillorme. And Lagares will stay in and play center field after he pinch hits. So Lagares will pinch hit, and then Guillorme will pinch hit for the pitcher, Gesellman. So 2 pinch hitters in a row. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Mad Max one batter away from being fatigued. So the bullpen is loosening. And it looks like it is, with the batters coming up. They're going to go to look at a lefty, Matt Grace. Matt Grace is loosening in the bullpen. Right now, pinch hitter Lagares, nothing on the D20. Max, 4-10. Ground ball shortstop X, nobody was being held, so Defoe keeps his 4 rating with an E5, but it would score a run with the infield back, even if the play is made. 4-15 is good. Check the E5, that is a 12, an E5 and a 12 is not a problem. So we'll check here on a 4 range and a 15, that is a G2, and a G2 says second advance infield normal, says runner advances, so even the runner on second does go to third. So Rosario will take third base, Davis will score, so it's an RBI ground out for Lagares, cuts the lead to 11-2, and of course he will stay in the game to play center field. I need to put this in the computer real quick. Let's see here. Did I not finish things out? Oh, I didn't. Okay, so I'm behind again, obviously. So now I need to put the pinch hitter in. Sorry about the delay, and Tabby's over here under my feet as well, so why not? Everything else is going on. So Lagares pinch hits, and he grounds to short, but that does produce the run. Rosario goes to third. Davis will score. And it's a 6-3 ground out. Okay, now we're straight. Now we need the pinch hitter for Gesellman, and that is going to be Guillorme. So we'll put him in the computer as a pinch hitter. Okay, now we're set. Runner at third, 1 out. And the infield, of course, is back. They don't want to give up silly big inning if they can avoid it. Guillorme, Scherzer, 3-3, and that's a ground ball to first. First base C, that's going to be good enough to score the run on a first base C with the infield back, I do believe. Let me double check it. Ground ball C, runner on third is a 1. I'm sorry, is a 1. I'm sorry, it's a 3 with the infield back. With a 3, batter out, runners advance. So I just want to double check it. It made sense that they would advance, but I wanted to double check it. So the run does score. Cuts the lead to 11-3. Give Guillorme an RBI ground out to his credit. 3 unassisted. And now the bases are clear for the top of the order in Jeff McNeil. So McNeil is up. 2-8 for McNeil. He grounds back to Scherzer, and that's going to end the inning. It's going to end the afternoon for Scherzer as well. He's going to go 7 innings. He's going to give up 3 runs. They were all earned. And let's see here. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. So total hits, got him for 6. Walks, he did not walk anyone. And he struck out a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got him for 11 strikeouts. So we close the book on Scherzer. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, 11 Ks, and we get a new pitcher for the Nationals in the 8th. And we also get a new pitcher for the Mets in the 8th, as Zimmerman was pinch hit for. So we will need a new pitcher to take care of that. So let's put in this final out here in the bottom half of the inning. And let's see who the new pitcher is going to be. I'll look at the computer and see who's got the best fatigue as far as not being used. And it looks like who they have coming up for the Nationals. They got Zimmerman. So they pretty much want to use a right-hander, I would think. Let's see. Wilson's at 69. Familia. Lugo. Actually, they're going to go with Seth Lugo. So Lugo is your new pitcher. And, of course, Lagares takes over in center field. So Lugo, Seth Lugo is your new pitcher for the Mets. Let's clean up Zimmerman real quick. Won't take long. 3 strikeouts, no walks. Did give up a hit, but nothing else. So he's in good shape there. Suzuki will be coming on. I'm sorry, Zimmerman will be leading off, not Suzuki. Zimmerman will be leading off. The pitcher spot is 4th, so we'll get a pinch hitter for Max if it gets there. If not, we'll just do a straight change. So the pitcher for the Mets, Seth Lugo, coming on to face Zimmerman. 4-8, and that is a strikeout. 1 away. And that will send us to Kurt Suzuki. 6-7, and that's another strike. I'm sorry, I was looking at 5-7. 6-7 is a ground ball, second base X. Again, Cano's a 4. 4-13, he'll get to that. He's got to avoid 4, 16, 17, and 18. And he does, so it's good play for Cano. 2 up and 2 down. And that now sends up Wilmer Defoe. 2 outs and the bases empty. 6-5, switch hitter batting left. It's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Rosario. He's a 3. 3-11 is good. Needs to avoid 4, 14, and 17. And that's a 14. He did not. I'm sorry, no, that's a 13. I thought that was a 6 there at first. That's a 13, so that's a good play. So tough chance, but he made it. 3 up and 3 down. So Lugo with a solid inning. Taking care of the Nationals. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And they didn't get to Scherzer's spot, but I don't think it's going to matter because they're going to bring in somebody that's more of a 1-inning pitcher anyway. He's not going to... Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, let's see. Hellickson, when is he scheduled to pitch? Hellickson is not scheduled, I don't think. Let's see, when is he scheduled to make a start? He starts on the... Well, he starts on the 20th. He starts 3 games away. Don't know if they want to pitch him 2 innings for that. You know what? They're going to give him 1 inning just to get warmed up. How about that? Just to get loose and get something on the board, they're going to let Hellickson go 1 inning. And he gets to face Pete Alonso on his first at-bat of the season, which I'm sure he is going to send Christmas cards to Dave Martinez for that. But Jeremy Hellickson will be on. This is his first outing of the season. He is set to start the 3rd and final game of the Phillies series. So he would have 2 days off after this to rest. So I guess he could go 2 innings technically if he's successful. So we'll figure out, I think we will do a double switch now to allow that. So he's going to hit in Zimmerman's spot, the 5th spot in the order. And we'll have Matt Adams in a double switch will now play first base and bat 8th. So let's do the logistics on that. As we now have, let's flip this over. We're going to have Hellickson hitting in the number 5 position, pitching, and then we're going to have in the number 8 position Matt Adams, the first baseman. So Matt Adams will make the double switch. So that will allow Hellickson to pitch 2 innings if they feel he is good to go to do so. So Hellickson against Alonso. And we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 8th with a score 11-3. 5-7, and that's a walk, leadoff walks. Now, if Hellickson struggles, they won't hesitate to bring in, Matt Grace or somebody from the bullpen. Here's Cano, nothing on the 20. 4-6, and that's a single 2 stars. So Hellickson is struggling to start the bottom of the 8th. A walk and then a single 2 stars. All of a sudden, runners on the corners, nobody out for Conforto. Maybe they should have brought the lefty in. Nothing on the 20. 1-9, and that's a ballpark home run chance, 1-6. It's a 3, it's gone. Conforto, his 2nd home run of the game. And just like that, it's 11-6. So Hellickson probably was not ready to come into this game. It doesn't seem like it. I don't think he planned on pitching. Dave Martinez thought he'd be slick and sneak him in there. And you saw what happened. A 3-run homer for Michael Conforto. His 2nd of the game. And now Hellickson in deep doo-doo. Here's Ramos. 3-5 for Ramos, and he's going to get a base hit. 1-4 is a double. 5-20 is a single. And that's a base hit for Ramos. So Ramos with a single will bring up J.D. Davis, not Rosario. Ramos, of course, will not be held. 5-6. Struck him out. He's not tired yet. So he does get the strikeout. So that certainly helps a little bit. Brings up Ahmed Rosario. Nothing on the 20. Rosario. 4-4. And that's a ground ball third base X. That's Rendon. He's a 1. So potential double play. 1 and a 9. Let's see if that's good enough. 1 and a 9. Is that a ground ball A? Or G1? Yep, 1 and a 9. 1 and a 9 is a G1. So it's a good chance for a double play. As long as there's no error, he's got to avoid 11, 16, and 18. And he does, so barely, but barely is good enough. That's going to be a 5-4-3 around the horn double play to end the inning. So Hellickson gets a little bit of a break after that. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the 9th. It is now 11-6 in favor of the Nationals. So let's put in these numbers here. Rosario hitting to that double play. 5, 4, 3. All right, so Lugo, of course, is going to stay in there and try to save their bullpen a little bit as well. And he'll be facing Matt Adams, who came in on the double switch. It'll be Adams, Robles, and Eaton against Lugo in the 2nd inning of work. So Matt Adams, Big City, 2-6. Struck him out. So Adams struggling early on in the season. He has not gotten, he's 0 for 7, now he's 0 for 8. Entered this 0 for 7, now he's 0 for 8 after striking out. Here's Robles, 2-4, and he's going to ground to 2nd. Cano will handle it. 2 down. And that brings up Adam Eaton. 5-9, and that's another strikeout. So Lugo and Gesellman, 4 nearly perfect innings, only allowing 1 hit in those 4 innings. And faced the minimum because of the double play. So Lugo goes 2 innings, and he strikes out 3 and not allowing anything. So their bullpen kept this game from getting way out of hand. Not that it's not out of hand already, but 11-6, a lot better than it was 11-1. So Hellickson's going to stay in there. Hellickson's going to stay in. And Hellickson's going to stay in there. Lugo's going to have to be pinch hit for, because we're getting to that position. It's Lagares, a pinch hitter for Lugo, and the pinch hitter is going to be the only guy they have left on the bench. And let's see, that is, don't tell me I didn't print his card. Oh, here he is, Travis d'Arnaud. So Nito has been sent to the minors or wherever he went, and Travis d'Arnaud is the new backup catcher, and he's the only bench player left. So it's him or nobody. So it's Lagares, d'Arnaud, and then McNeil against Hellickson here in the 9th of an 11-6 game rather. 2-7 for Lagares, and he's going to fly to center. 1 away. And that'll bring up the pinch hitter d'Arnaud, his first at bat of the season. 6-6, and he's going to fly to center as Robles puts it away again. Down to the last out of this game, McNeil. 3-7, and he's going to strike out. So Hellickson, a much better second inning of work. He goes 3 up and 3 down. Scherzer wins it to improve to 2-1. So the numbers on Hellickson, he went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts. I'm sorry, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. So we'll clean this up and start doing some totals. The Mets only left 3 runners on base the whole game. Interestingly enough, they left 3 on. Mets committed 2 errors as well. Nationals left on 5. And a final score of 11-6. And let's go ahead and let the computer tell me the rest. I'm going to go ahead and enter this last at bat of the strikeout. And then we'll figure out what the computer can tell me the rest of the way. So let's look at the numbers. 11, 12, and 0 for the Nationals, leaving, actually left 8 on. I don't know where I got 5 from. Did I forget to start writing some left on bases? Or did I just miss it? 1 there, 1 there, 2 there, 1 there. Oh, I didn't write the 2 down here that I got left on base. Okay. I'm sorry, no, they left 3. They left the bases loaded in the first. That's the one I missed. I had 0 and it should have been 3. So that's why left on base went from 5 to 8. Okay. That's what happened. All right, so 11, 12, and 0 with 8 left on. For the Mets, 6 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. And they left 4 on. So I missed 1 there as well, apparently. Computer will take care of all this once I put it in the computer. Wheeler takes the loss. He now drops to 0-2. His ERA skyrockets to 10.38. And Scherzer gets the win. He's 2-1. His ERA lowers to 2.05. Star of the game. Look at the totals. Suzuki 3 for 5. 4 runs driven in, including a homer. And the losing cause, Conforto hit 2 home runs for the Mets, but they were kind of inconsequential, so to speak. So Suzuki doubling in the 3rd, solo home run in the 4th, and a double to clear the bases in the 5th. So Suzuki, who's been catching Scherzer. Usually they've been using Gomes to catch other people, but Suzuki's been the one catching Scherzer most of the time. And we are, I guess I can breathe a sigh of relief that I can put the Mets away for a while, because that's 6 games out of 8 against the Mets, and we are finally done with the Mets. Nationals now go to 5-3 and will leapfrog the Mets, who drop to 5-4. So the Nationals take over sole possession of first place. And we move on to the next game. And the next game, they'll be playing in Philadelphia. There will be a roster move, as Andrew Stevenson will be sent to the minors, and Michael A. Taylor will be called up to start the Philly series. And starting the Philly series on the mound for the Nationals will be see who it will be. It will be Anibal Sanchez, and he will be opposing Phillies right-hander Vince Velasquez. So it'll be Sanchez and Velasquez in game 1. It will be Strasburg and Nola in game 2. And in the series finale, it'll be Hellickson against Nick Pivetta. So 3 games with the Phillies to finish out the road trip, and then they'll come home to start a nice homestand against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The first one on the agenda. So that's going to do it from here. Final score, Washington 11, Mets 6. And we say goodbye to the Mets, thank goodness, for a while. I know you Met fans out there love it, but we need to get some new teams out there. I don't like to see the same team over and over. I mean, I'm doing Washington, that's the same team, but I want to see different opponents. And we'll get to see that with Pirates coming up shortly. But we've got 3 games against the Phillies. Only played the Phillies twice so far, so I'm not tired of the Phillies yet. Probably will be by the 3rd game of the series. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all are having a Merry Christmas wherever you are. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all